y'all? I said, what's up, y'all? Look at me when I'm talking to you, bro. Nah, I'm just messing with you, man. This is Knockout Boxing 86 TV, and we in here. So check this out, bro. In today's video, I'll be doing my first fight prediction on this channel. I'm really excited about it. I love talking about fighters, and I love talking about who I think is going to win a fight. So this is going to be one of my favorite videos to shoot. I hope y'all enjoy it. Please do your boy a favor. Be sure to like the video, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it, bro. The fight that we're going to predict today is Maurice Hooker versus Vergil Ortiz. It's going to be going down on March 27th. It's going to be on DAZN, and it should be a really action-packed, really fun fight to watch. It's going to be a good one, y'all. So let's get into Maurice Hooker and Vergil Ortiz. Let's break this fight down, break the fighters down. And at the end, I'll give you my prediction on who I think is going to win. So stay tuned to all the way to the end of the video. Maurice Hooker is the guy we're going to get into first. He's a really good fighter, very skilled. He's a slick boxer. He has championship experience, and he's seen everything you can see in that ring. Every type of style, he's boxed against it. So there's nothing that Vergil Ortiz is going to be able to show him that he hasn't seen before. Maurice Hooker also recently, after taking a loss to Jose Ramirez, he changed trainers, he upgraded trainers in my opinion, and he switched over to Brian McIntyre, who is also the trainer of world champion and pound for pound, top 3 fighter in my opinion, Terrence Crawford, and he also trains Jamel Herring. So Maurice Hooker's been getting good work, fighting against top level sparring partners, and he's been in a great camp since taking that loss to Jose Ramirez. He did have one fight after Jose Ramirez, fought a guy named Uriel Perez, knocked him out, and now he's moving up to 147 after campaigning most of his career in the 140-pound weight division. As for Vergil Ortiz, he's one of the most hyped and talked about prospects in boxing right now. He's been fighting at 147 his whole career. The young man has 16 professional fights, and he starched everybody, bro. Everybody that he fought, he knocked their ass out. So we already know he coming with power. He's explosive. He throws really fast and hard combinations. And when he smell blood, he like a shark in that water, man. He get you up out of there. So these two styles, you got a slick boxer with a ton of experience going against a young, hungry lion, young prospect trying to prove himself. And you got the older, top-level fighter trying to stay on top. It's going to be a good fight. The narrative behind this fight, I think, is huge for both fighters. In my opinion, it's a bigger fight for Maurice Hooker because Maurice Hooker is coming into the fight as the former champion. He's moving up from 140 to 147 pounds. He's over 30 years old now, and your career at this point is going either one or two ways. If Maurice Hooker wins this fight, he puts himself right back in line to get big fights in the future, and so it's a huge one for him. If he loses this fight, it could be the end. He could start talking about going back down to 140, and when fighters start fluctuating in weight, going from one weight class back down to another, back up to another, trying to find good matchups, it could be a situation where he doesn't get to fight for championships in the future if he's not able to win this fight. So it's a really big fight for him. In my opinion, it's the biggest fight in his career. What you mean it's the biggest fight in his career? He fought Jose Ramirez. That was the biggest fight of his career. No, it's not, bro. When they trying to push you out the door, when they start putting you up against young prospects that's all hyped up, they trying to get you up out of there, bro. And it's Maurice Hooker's job not to let him. And he know that. That's why he with Bomac now, bro. That's why he training with a new trainer, trying to upgrade, trying to get better, trying to fix the holes in this game. Because he knows these opportunities are fleeting in boxing. Just as quick as they'll push you up and big up you and hype you up, the minute that you fall, they'll try to knock you down, bro. So Maurice Hooker, I believe, is really training hard for this fight, and he knows how big it is. In my opinion, like I said, this is the biggest fight of his career. Even though it's not a championship fight, this is the one that's either going to let him continue to make those millions, continue to fight for world titles and get big fights, or this is the one that's going to turn him from championship contender to gatekeeper. And nobody wants to make that type of transition in their career. So we'll see what happens with it. As far as the narrative for Vergil Ortiz, the question's on him. Is he really that good? Does he really have the skills and the goods necessary to be a top fighter in this game? Or is he all hyped that's just beating up on lesser competition? This fight gives us an opportunity to find out, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. It's a big fight for him as well, but he's so young, just being 22 years old, he'll have a chance to bounce back if somehow he does lose his fight. So while it is a big fight for him, I think there's a possibility that he'll have bigger fights in the future. But as of right now, yes, this is the biggest fight of his career as well. And that's what makes it such an intriguing matchup. When you got two fighters and it's the fight of their life and it's the biggest fight of their careers, you gonna get them at the top of their game, man. They gonna train extra hard for it. They gonna be focused, and they gonna come into that ring ready to fight, man. And so it's gonna be a good one for sure. Now it's time to break down the fight and tell y'all what I think is gonna happen, man. So let's get it. Maurice Hooker. I think his path to victory is gonna be to outbox Vergil Ortiz. I think that he can use experience to his advantage. He has very, very long arms, very, very rangy. And so being able to outbox, stay on the outside, use combinations, get in and out of range, I think that's his path to victory. And if he does win the fight, I think it'll be by decision. I don't really see him knocking Vergil Ortiz out. And so I think he'll win by decision if he does happen to win the fight. As far as Vergil Ortiz, I don't think he can get into a boxing match with Maurice Hooker. He's the less experienced fighter. He's younger. He hasn't seen the things in the ring that Maurice Hooker has seen because he just hasn't had the experience yet. So in my opinion, his path to victory is going to have to be to get to Maurice Hooker and eventually stop Maurice Hooker using his power and using his explosiveness. So what's going to happen, John? What you think going to happen? Here's what I think, bro. I think to start the fight, Maurice Hooker's experience, his boxing IQ, and his boxing skills are going to be frustrating Vergil Ortiz. I think that he'll outbox him for the first half of the fight. He'll frustrate him for the first half of the fight. But I also think that eventually Vergil Ortiz is going to get to Maurice Hooker somewhere in the mid to late rounds. And I think he's going to stop him. So I'm predicting this fight to end by knockout in the 7th round. And my thought behind that prediction is very, very simple. Watching Maurice Hooker versus Jose Ramirez, I saw some holes in Maurice Hooker. His defense was not up to par. He gets wide on his punches at times when he's throwing combinations. And fighters can pressure him, back him up because he isn't going to be the strongest of welterweights, and really, really put pressure on him. And that's what Jose Ramirez did when they were fighting for that 140-pound champion. And I can see Vergil Ortiz doing something similar. Vergil Ortiz is bigger than Jose Ramirez. He hits harder than Jose Ramirez, in my opinion. And so I think he can use some of those same tactics by pressuring Maurice Hooker, frustrating him, punching when he punches, and eventually I could see Vergil Ortiz catching Maurice Hooker with something and knocking him out and getting him up out of there. And what's not lost on me in this prediction is that Maurice Hooker is moving up to 147. He hasn't felt the power that 147-pounders can bring. And I think that Vergil Ortiz's power, explosiveness, and youth are going to be a little bit too much for Maurice Hooker in this fight. And so that's my prediction. Vergil Ortiz by knockout in the 7th round. Y'all let me know what y'all think of the fight, who you think gonna win, how you think gonna win it. Be sure to let me know down below in the comment section. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you want to get in touch with me, you can reach me at knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com. I appreciate the love. We're gonna keep the boxing content coming. Y'all have a good day. Appreciate y'all time. We out here. Peace.